Welcome to this explainer. Today, we're jumping right into a fantastic masterclass based on material from English with Sanjeev Sir, presented by Sanjeev Kumar Singhal. If you've ever felt like your spoken English is grammatically correct, but maybe it just kind of lacks true emotion, well, you are in exactly the right place. Today, we're going to learn how to add real feeling, color, and cultural nuance to your everyday vocabulary. Okay, let's dive into this. What exactly is an interjection? We often think of these tiny words simply as rigid grammar rules that we just have to memorize. But honestly, they are so much more than that. Interjections are literally the emotional core of the English language. They express heavy emotional weight, sudden reactions, and those really subtle conversational nuances that actually make you sound fluent and natural. To make mastering these words super easy, we've broken our agenda down into 4 parts. 1. Sorrow and frustration. 2. Joy, relief, and praise. 3. Surprise and sudden reactions. And 4. Attention and clarity. Section 1. Sorrow and frustration. Expressing the lows. Now, what's really interesting here is the nuanced difference between 2 very similar words, alack and alas. Context is absolutely everything. Alack is quite old-fashioned, and it's reserved for profound, deep sorrow. For example, alack, the family's house was badly damaged by the landslide. It carries a ton of weight. On the other hand, alas is much more common for everyday disappointment or grief. You'd use alas when your school football team loses the final match. Or, heaven forbid, alas, I forgot my admit card on the SE examination day. Just imagine the feeling for a second. You rush to the station, bags in hand, you're out of breath, and you see the taillights pulling away. Alas, we missed the last bus to Bukhara. Notice the tone there? It's a universal feeling of sinking disappointment, and it perfectly bridges the English vocabulary directly to a real-world scenario you can absolutely picture. But what about our everyday annoyances? We've got interjections for those too. Take bah. This is perfect for annoyance or disbelief, like saying, bah, rumors spread much faster than facts on social media. Then we have dard, which is a really polite way to show frustration. Imagine saving an important document in the completely wrong folder. Or this classic situation. Darn, the electricity went off just before my online presentation. Finally, boo, which expresses active disapproval. If a stage performance starts an hour late, the audience might just shout, boo! So we've covered the lows, but, life isn't all missed buses and power cuts. How do we effectively express joy and relief when things actually go right? Section 2. Joy, relief, and praise, experiencing the highs. And this brilliantly illustrates a subtle but vital distinction in spoken English. Ah and aha sound incredibly similar, right? But ah is a soft breath out. It's realization, relief, or just pure pleasure. Aha, with that punchy second syllable, is the spark of discovering something or a feeling of sudden satisfaction. Let's look at a couple of examples to really cement this concept. Imagine coming inside from the freezing cold. Ah, this hot cup of tea is exactly what I needed. It is pure, relaxing relief. Now, contrast that with the amazing triumph of a difficult trek. Aha, we reached Poon Hill before sunrise. You wouldn't use a soft, tired ah for conquering a mountain. You use the victorious, satisfied aha. Next up, we have words for praising others and showing sheer admiration. Bravo is perfect for honoring an incredible achievement. For example, bravo, the rescue volunteers worked tirelessly to help flood victims in western Nepal. And then there's gee, which is used to express a deep sense of wonder. You look up while trekking and say, gee, the night sky looked magnificent from the Everest region. It captures absolute, genuine awe. Section 3. Surprise and sudden reactions. The unexpected. The unexpected. These are the words that literally blurt out of our mouths before our brains even process what's happening. Take eek, that sudden spike of fear or alarm. Imagine almost stepping on a snake on a forest trail. Eek. And then there's brr, the universal sound for feeling freezing cold. Brr, the icy wind at Kalanchok made everyone pull their jackets tighter. Let's paint a picture for eek. You're having a lovely time, enjoying your snacks with friends, when out of nowhere, eek! A monkey suddenly jumped onto the picnic table at Swayamboonath. That sharp, startled exclamation is exactly how eek is used in natural, everyday conversation. Let's move to and see how this builds into more subtle emotional reactions.
Dear me shows mild shock or concern. For instance, noticing a positive environmental change. Dear me, the Bagmati River looks much cleaner than it did a few years ago. It's a gentle, pleasant surprise. Then we have ah, which is the ultimate sound of affection or melting hearts. Aw, the puppy wagged its tail as soon as the children called its name. It's pure instinctual warmth.
Now let's step away from the high emotions for a moment. Think about everyday logistics. How do you politely get someone's attention? Or ask them to repeat something if you didn't quite catch it the first time? Section 4. Attention and clarity. Everyday conversational cues.
These two are incredibly functional. Ahem is literally the sound of clearing your throat to politely command a room. Ahem, the principal is about to begin the speech. Or, ahem, could you please lower your voice in the library? It's polite, for sure, but it is firm. And well, that's for when you simply need clarity. Picture the chaotic traffic noise of the city. You might say, I didn't quite hear your name. Or are we taking the highway or the old route to Chitwan? It's a quick, efficient conversational fix.
Section 5. Master your emotions. So the crucial point is this. English fluency isn't just about getting the grammar right on paper, it's about mastering your emotions. Let's quickly review our journey today. By grouping these interjections from Sanjeev Sir's lesson, you now have a toolkit for literally every situation. You have your words for the lows, alack, alas, bah, darn, and boo. Your highs, ah, aha, bravo, and gee. Sudden moments, eek, brr, dear me, and ah. And your everyday cues, ahem and Grouping them by emotion like this makes retention so much stronger. I want to leave you with a challenge, directly from the heart of English with Sanjeev Sir. Think about all these words we just covered. Which English interjection will you intentionally use in your daily practice today? Will you praise a friend with an enthusiastic bravo? Or maybe express a sigh of relief with an ah after a really long day? Pick just one, use it, and start feeling the true emotional power of your English vocabulary. Thank you so much for joining me for this explainer, and happy learning.